Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. I do apologize for the delay. Um, was having some issues trying to get in to the system, get this thing started, but it is all good. This is your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of Dre Mac Show. Hold on. I gotta adjust this because I think that camera is over just a little. I guess we're back. This is just insane. This is like a one hell of a way to get your day started. That's all I'm gonna say. It is one hell of a day to get your day started. Let's go ahead. Let's get this thing moving and grooving because 10 minutes done passed and I done had the camera turned off, all of this. I want to get you guys a good show. Hopefully you guys are watching me on the replay. If you are, again, I do apologize for the delay. We're just having technical difficulties. Obviously, this is starting to become a reoccurring theme, and I do apologize or whatever. But you know how we do it around here. The real question is. And see that I'm gonna tell you guys that's the thing about running a live show is that everything happens in real time. If this was like a cut, like if this was edited, this would be totally different. You know what I mean? Because this is a live show. You know what I mean? You're gonna get the ups, downs, smiles, and frowns. You know how it is. But today I actually wanted to discuss this topic. The MCU should reboot after Secret Wars. That's what I want to talk about. Should the MCU reboot after Secret Wars is the question. I did pose this question on the community tab on the channel, so make sure you guys are checking that out. And then you can actually drop your thoughts and everything inside the community tab on the channel. You know, should they reboot the MCU after Secret Wars? And I'm going to answer the question from my point of view. It's an emphatic yes. They should reboot the whole entire thing. I'm not just talking about a franchise here and there. I'm talking about everything should get rebooted. And one of these reasons, which is obviously the topic of the day, is everything that's going on with with the Jonathan Major situation. And it's not just that. Um, it's coming to the realization, honestly, that the multiverse saga is not has not been what it's all has been cracked up to be. Basically, it's not what it's all been cracked up to be. It hasn't been as good as they hoped it to be. Not saying that it's just the worst thing that I ever saw in my life. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is I believe that Marvel is now trying to is now understanding that this thing wasn't what we planned it to be. And the way that they develop the first 10 years of the multiverse, of Marvel, with this multiverse saga, it's not following the same aesthetic, the same game plan. They methodically, spread out what 29 or 20 some odd movies over 10 years, and you got almost all of that in the past 3 years, especially with phase 4 and phase 5. So it's looking like this is the time where Marvel Disney has to look at itself in the mirror and say, "Are what if what we're doing is working? You know what I mean? If what we was doing is working, then why are we not getting more viewership? Why is more people complaining about the product? So on and so forth." And I'm not saying every product is, is bad, or every product is just great. It's been very hit and miss, which I've talked about that before. I talked about this. It reminds me of phase 2 of Marvel, and people forget, how they felt about phase 2, especially with like the Age of Ultron and all of that. They didn't like that. Avengers Age of Ultron got really panned. Iron Man 3 got panned. You know what I mean? And yes, they did, Marvel one shots and stuff like that to complete the story. And then, the overarching story came back or whatever, in the Shang-Chi movie. And then it make a lot more sense, but in this particular phase, because it was so much material that was produced, it produced some shows that wasn't cohesive, and that had to do with Disney side. Disney, what they did, and make sure you guys are coming in, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you're watching this. Make sure just to like the video. That helps me extremely with the algorithm, because we gotta pay dues to the AI. So the algorithm, make sure you give me a thumbs up, what I'm saying, to push this live video. But with this franchise, it hung its hat on all the things that we could be able to build within the universe. You know what I mean? And let's be real. And I'm coming to this realization, especially I didn't know this until I watched a breakdown from New Rockstars of how they hitched their wagon to even Jonathan Majors, and made this whole thing about this whole multiverse about him. They were literally looking at Jonathan Majors as a humongous star, and coincidentally, all of this stuff happened to him. You know what I mean? With the accusations of a DV with domestic violence, and the girl or whatever, and me and Chill, if you watch that the video on Saturday, me and Chillmonger, shout out to Chillmonger. Make sure you go like and subscribe to his channel. Me and him even break down, the evidence that we have right now. Me and him are not lawyers. I'm a former correction officer, but that don't mean I got, I passed the bar. You know what I mean? But we just blatantly give our thoughts of what we got. You know what I'm saying? Just the information that is out here, and just drawing a conclusion. You know what I mean? And I'm still in the sense of innocent until proven guilty. But the whole thing, how they've been going at Jonathan Majors, saying that Jonathan needs to be replaced as Kang, and yada yada yada, and and we seen DC, DC Warner Brothers, Discovery, basically have the back of Ezra Miller, and Ezra Miller was charged with a number of crimes, and I kind of just want to, because I have some people on Twitter, and how Twitter does. Twitter go and try to make you seem like, oh, we was already on that, and you know what I'm saying? But Jonathan, and shout out to Planet Fanatics, who posted a video along with me on Twitter, saying that y'all already had your mind made up as soon as the accusations came out about Jonathan Major, especially among my black community, when y'all found out he was messing with a white woman. And now that he is, dating Megan Good, y'all are now jumping on the bandwagon. It's like, well, see, another black woman trying to save a black man, when you're not looking at the whole entire context of what's going on. And y'all don't have that same energy for everything that Ezra Miller done, in his frame of many arrests. When I say many arrests, I mean many arrests. Just look, just listen to this. It said Ezra Miller has been, and this is from August the 10th, 2022. And remember, I'm going to read this, and I'm going to tell you that Warner Brothers Discovery continue to have Ezra Miller's back despite the allegations against him. Let me tell you, Ezra Miller has been in the news a lot lately, and it hasn't been about The Flash. The embattled actor has been arrested 3 times this year alone on charges on disorderly conduct, assault, and felony burglary, and they face accusations of grooming underage children and running a cult. Grooming underage children. Jonathan Majors, was arrested, after he called the police and and was charged with domestic violence, third degree assault, all of this, strangulation, and then the district attorney's office, after May 8th, changed what the charges say the same, but change what actually happened. So there's some funny business going on with that. Now, in the case of Ezra Miller, and I'm just telling you so we can be able to be parallel on what I'm saying about what Disney should do, in my opinion. Again, this to quote one person on Twitter, every time I see the words Ezra Miller, I know it's about to be followed with the strangest combination of crime and location. Now, again, what Warner Brothers Discovery, before they was Warner Brothers Discovery, what Warner Brothers did was they did not turn their back on Ezra Miller despite how many times he got arrested. They continued to go with him. They knew that they was going to get ready to do this Flash movie. They knew that they were getting ready to possibly face backlash, but they stuck by this man. And let me see. It says, let me just, I'm not going to read it because that was from 2011. Okay. Let me just read to you what he did. In April 1st, 2020, choking incident. Early in the pandemic, video leak of Miller choking a woman outside of Pareka, Kaihus, Lord, in Reykjavik, Iceland. In the clip, which seems to pick up mid-conversation, a smiling woman approaches Miller and appears to start to play fight. Miller takes her motion seriously and said, "Oh, you want to fight? That's what you want to do," before grabbing a woman by the neck and pushing her down against a dumpster and throwing her to the ground, at which point the video cuts out. At the time, Variety confirmed Miller's identity with the bar, which said Miller frequent the location when they're in town. So that happened in where did it say? In Iceland. That's where that happened at. You know what I mean? That it happened in America, that happened in Iceland. But obviously, he didn't, I guess the woman looked like she was playing, and he took it serious. Now, again, he choked this woman. It was on video. Nobody canceled Ezra Miller. They stuck by his side. All of this is going to make sense in just a second. January 27, 2022, threatened the KKK. Miller began their fateful year by posting a video to social media threatening the North Carolina faction of the Ku Klux Klan. This is the message to the Bullaville chapter of the North Carolina Ku Klux Klan. The actor says in the clip, look, if you want to die, I suggest just killing yourself with your own guns, okay? Otherwise, keep doing exactly what you're doing right now, and you know what I'm talking about. And then, do it for you if that's really what you want. It's unclear what prompted Miller to threat to the hate group. The actor has known times in North Carolina. So the dude just came out and said, if you ain't gonna kill yourself, I'll kill you. Isn't that criminal threat? I mean, it's the Ku Klux Klan, and hey, you reap what you sow on that one, but you know what I mean? I don't think you're supposed to do that. I mean, if I was that's like me If I was to call the Ku Klux Klan and threaten them right now, I will be charged with criminal threat. You know what I mean? Okay, March 28th, Hawaii arrest. Miller spent their spring in Hawaii, where by all accounts there were a menace to everyone around them. On March 28th, which is funny because uh, um, everything that happened with Jonathan Majors, I believe, was around the time of March, late March. The actor was visiting a local karaoke bar when they grew agitated and began yelling obscenities. At one point, grabbed the microphone from the 23-year-old woman singing karaoke for the Hawaii Police Department. Later, Miller lunged at a 32-year-old man and failed to calm down after being asked several times by the bar owner. Miller's interaction with the two bar patrons earned them a disorderly conduct charge and harassment charge, but they were released from custody after posting a $500 bail. In the police body cam footage of the arrest, Miller argues that they, in fact, were the victims of the assault, claiming a self-identified Nazi in the bar attacked them, explaining that they recorded themselves being assaulted in order to make NFT crypto art. April 19, 2022, a Hawaii arrest number 2. Shortly after the karaoke bar incident, Miller was arrested again in Hawaii for allegedly throwing a chair that struck a woman in the head. Now, this man threw a chair at a woman like a WWE wrestler, getting ready to throw a chair inside the ring, hit a woman, struck her in the head at around 1 o'clock in the morning on April 19th. Law enforcement responded to the call at the private residence Pehoa, where I guess I said that right. I apologize. Where Miller became so irate after being asked to leave that they hurled a chair at a 26-year-old woman, leaving her with a half-inch gash on her forehead. Police located Miller on the street and arrested them for second-degree assault. They were released. Why are they saying they? Okay. That's probably his pronoun. They were released later. They were released later that morning, pending further investigation. June 22nd, protective orders. In June, Miller was accused of acting inappropriately towards two different children. First, a parent of Taketa Irons Eyes, an 18-year-old environmental activist, sought a protective order against the actor, who they said began an inappropriate relationship with Iron Eyes when they were 12 years old. Ezra uses violence, intimidation, and threat of violence, fear, paranoia, delusion, and drugs to hold sway over young adolescent Toketa Iron Eyes parents said. However, posts from an unverified Instagram account believed to be owned by Iron Eyes deny all claims of the abuse. Soon after, a 12-year-old and their mother was granted an order of protection for Miller after describing an uncomfortable interaction with the actor during a party in Greenfield, Massachusetts. The mother and her then 11-year-old attended a party held by their downstairs neighbor, which Miller also attended. At the event, Miller began screaming at the mother's face after accusing her of cultural appropriation and allegedly showed her a gun, saying, "Talking like that could get you in real serious situations." After that, Miller reportedly acted inappropriately towards the child by hugging them and touching their hips. They automatically were just weirdly drawn to me and kept talking about how they love my outfits, love my style, and kept going on and on about how it was great, the child said. It was really uncomfortable and I was really nervous. I was scared to be around them after he yelled at my mother and she was crying. Literally, I'm not done. August 2022, cult leader status. In August, those closest to Miller spoke to Insider for a report that paints the actor increasingly unstable, apparently running a sort of cult. The report alleges that while Miller was in Iceland in 2020, remember he has was that Iceland where he choked that lady? They walked around the town barefooted, sporting long, unclipped toenails, and what had may been an affected gash on their foot. Miller rented a Airbnb. Yeah, this is the same place, and I'm not going to repeat that because I can't speak Iceland. where they ran a commune which beds laid out on the floor for artists, expats, and young women. They led a group meditation and claimed possesses natural powers, supernatural powers, and also paid for food, lodging, and marijuana, but would become violent if they perceived any dissent within the group. These days, Miller runs another commune in Vermont, which has been described as having a rampant drug use and unsecured guns. A woman and her 3 children are currently staying at the residence, and Miller encouraged a 12-year-old in Massachusetts to come stay with them as well. The Insider also reports described Miller as increasingly paranoid. The actor believes they are being followed by the FBI and Ku Klux Klan, and now wears a bulletproof body armor, carries at least one gun with them wherever they go. August 7th. Are you kidding the picture? All I'm saying is, Dale, are you catching the picture? This is not just one arrest with nothing prior going on, like in the case of Jonathan Majors. This is August 27th, 2022, felony burglary arrest. Miller was recently arrested for felony burglary in Stamford, Vermont, stemming from a complaint filed back in May. According to Vermont State Police, the actor stole several bottles of alcohol from an at the time occupied residence. As a result of the investigation that includes surveillance videos and statements, probable cause was found to charge Ezra Miller with the offense of felony burglary into an occupied dwelling, the police report read. Law enforcement officially issued Miller a citation to appear in Vermont court on arraignments on September 26th, which is my birthday. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm not done. September 18, 2022, a spiritual journey gone haywire. In an in-depth Vanity Fair report, detailed Miller's mental health crisis as erratic behavior over the years, including accounts by over a dozen close sources who said the relationship with Miller were non-consensual, emotional BDSM relationships. According to the article, Miller hired a North Dakota medicine man named Jasper Young Bear, a spiritual advisor, to accompany them on their 2020 Iceland trip. Young Bear reportedly told the actor they were the next Messiah. Allegedly, Miller would go so far as to claim that the Flash is one who brings the multiverse together like Jesus. October 17, 2022, pleaded not guilty for burglary. Miller pleaded not guilty to felony burglary charges stemming from the August arrest for selling the 3 bottles of alcohol, vodka, gin, and rum. If convicted, he could face up to 26 years in prison and up to $2,000 in fines. It's a condition of their release. Miller agreed to avoid contact with the neighbor Isaac Vinicor. I probably said that wrong. January 12, 2022, plea deal for the burglary case. Miller reached a plea agreement with the prosecutors in the Vermont burglary case. They are set to plead guilty to lesser charges of trespassing while avoiding more serious counts of burglary, felony burglary, and petite larceny. Miller will face 89 to 90 days in a suspended sentence, as well as a year's probation and a $500 fine. What I'm saying, after all of this reverse flash stuff that Ezra Miller was doing, Warner Brothers stuck with Ezra Miller. No matter what craziness he was doing, no matter the accusation, no matter how outrageous, they were said that, he wasn't proven guilty or whatever, but a young woman who knew Ezra Miller as a child, when she was a child, accused this man of sexual assault. It was on camera that he was touching this little, hugging her and touching her hips and all of that. Yet, I didn't hear recast Flash. I didn't hear any of this. And Warner Brothers stuck by him throughout all of that. Ezra Miller was not canceled. What is everybody looking forward to? The upcoming Flash movie, right? Jonathan Majors had no prior anything before this accusation of the initial strangulation and all of that. Strangulation, assault, saying that he broke the woman's finger behind her ear. Then all of those charges was not the charges, but now the reports are different. Now he didn't choke her. He grand theft out of her in the car. All of that. what I commend Disney, Marvel right now is staying pat. But what they should do, unlike what they did with James Gunn, do not recast Jonathan Majors. Do exactly what Warner Brothers did with Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller had way more of a rap sheet with way more egregious charges than Jonathan Majors. And I'm not saying, DV is not a major case or whatever, but it also has been proven that there was no strangulation. That's why the report is now changed. It's not strangulation. He threw her in the car. You know what I mean? And all the changes. But what Disney should do, Marvel Disney, what they should do, stand pat with Jonathan Majors, roll this whole entire thing out into Avengers Secret Wars. You want to say Kane Dicey, Avengers Secret Wars, then reboot the whole bitch. Reboot it. Reboot the whole bitch. Get new actors to play Iron Man. You don't have a new Iron Man. Reboot the whole entire thing. That way you can bring back T'Challa, recast T'Challa. Jonathan Majors, they hitch their wagon to Jonathan Majors. Don't drop off now. Because what's going to happen? This is 9 times out of 10 what's going to happen. In the case of James Gunn, when Disney fired him, DC automatically picked him up. And no matter what the accusations are, again, the man is a very talented actor. He has not went to court and been found guilty on this. And again, because the changes have been charged, they say they have evidence from a dash cam inside of the Uber. You know what I mean? And with the cab driver, or the Uber driver. So we'll see what happens on June 13th. But they should stay pat, because what's going to happen is Warner Brothers Discovery, which had Jonathan Majors before in Lovecraft Country. Yeah, people forget that Jonathan Majors was under that umbrella before, but maybe they didn't know how big of a star that he was going to be. Now that we know what type of weight, what type of gravitas that Jonathan Majors has with his acting ability, first of all, you don't want the rival studio to go get that man, and then now he's gonna. Man, I'm telling you, they did the same thing with James Gunn. They fired James Gunn over old tweets, and he apologized for the tweets. Marvel Disney still got rid of him. He goes over to the competition. Now he's running DC. You know what I'm saying? Rebooting the new DCEU, which we're going to see if Ezra Miller is on there. But what can we learn from Warner Brothers Discovery? They said, we're going to get this man help. We're going to stay by his side. Matter of fact, all this stuff, I know it happened. This is a year ago, not even a year ago, but we can forget about it. The man's going to get help. Why can't we have that same energy for Jonathan Majors? Let him finish out his obligation that Disney put on him. Disney Marvel was going to have this man on every single thing that he has leading up to Secret Wars, where they could be able to reboot the franchise. They're already going to bring in the Fantastic Four. You're going to start with the X-Men, so you're probably going to start the Mutant Saga. Just do all of that. Stick by this man, because if you felt, this is just how I feel. If you felt this man was worthy enough to cast, and you believed in him, believe with him through the hard times. Just like how studios believed that Josh Brolin through the hard times. Robert Downey Jr. had to rebuild his career, but guess what? He was able to rebuild his career. He was able to still get acting jobs after the fact, after he got out of jail. You know what I mean? And start rebuilding his career. Don't abandon ship on Jonathan Majors, just like you shouldn't abandon ship. Like Warner Bros. Discovery didn't abandon ship with Ezra Miller. Then again, you finish your obligation. You finish up this multiverse saga, which has been to the point of, it's been all right. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been fantastic, but it's hard to compare a build up over 10 years to what happened in the last few. It's almost impossible to be able to compare what the MCU has done in the 10 years building up of the MCU to what they can culminate now. You know what I'm saying? In all these titles. Then that way you can trim the fat. You could be able to reboot if you want to. If you want to bring back Kane, fine. You could reboot Kane with another person because you're building a whole new world. They're literally doing this in Mortal Kombat. I was going to do a reaction to Mortal Kombat 1, but I seen it and I was like, no need to do this. But Mortal Kombat, at the end of Mortal Kombat, was at 11. Spoiler warning, but Liu Kang is the, is the new Elder God, and he reboots the whole entire Mortal Kombat franchise in his image. You know what I mean? And now they're starting all the way over. This is the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat. Y'all see my Mortal Kombat Arcade 2 machine? I remember going to go play Mortal Kombat 3 at a KU camp when I was, 13, 14, the first time I seen this, and I was like, yo, they look realistic. What is this? That franchise lasted 30 years, and they're rebooting it, starting it all the way over again. This is exactly what the MCU needs to do. Stick by Jonathan Majors through these hard times, because I'm telling you, they know that when I tell you Jonathan Majors is talented, they did not hitch their wagon to nobody like they did with Jonathan Majors. So yes, he has to go through what he has to go through right now. And I understand that. And he was getting praise and love before this accusation happened. And from my understanding and my knowledge and from research, there has not been a prior incident for Jonathan Majors like it has been for Ezra Miller. It wasn't just one incident. It was incident after incident after incident after incident after incident after incident. I just read you off. I didn't even go to the 2011 incident when he was a teen. Because that kind of, to me, that's irrelevant. You a teen, you do stuff, I can forgive you, for past behavior. For being young in the past behavior, because we've all done stuff as a kid, but just like Robert Downey Jr., did to Mel Gibson when he said who was out seeing cast the first stone. Can this man be forgiven so he could ride out the rest of Secret Wars, so they can reboot this whole entire universe, so we can bring back T'Challa, so we can, with a brand new actor, we could bring in the Fantastic Four. We bring in the Fantastic Four, have Franklin Richards, you know what I'm saying, be a kid, having reboot this whole entire universe. We could bring in the X-Men with a brand new team, just ride this thing out. If the man was talented enough, think about this. If he was talented enough to hit your whole entire future of this multiverse from, have that same energy when he's going through and stand by the actor. Do not abandon the ship on one accusation. And one thing that I love about Shannon Sharp, and he said it's changed behavior. Recast T'Challa, my man T'Challa in the back doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? But repeat behavior. The only way that I can acknowledge, if you're truly remorseful, is change behavior. You know what I mean? If you say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, for any of this to happen, I'm going to get the help that I need, but I'm going to go forward. Innocent, guilty, whatever the case may be. Hey, you know what? I apologize to my fans. I feel like I shouldn't even been in this situation. What I'm going to do now is move forward. I'm going to be a better person. And these are the things that I'm going to do moving forward, and then have that change behavior, and don't get yourself in these situations. You know what I mean? And then that way, all is forgiven. But if DC can stick with Ezra Miller, and let me tell you, and I believe this is going to happen. Y'all might not believe this because I just seen James Gunn say, "Hey, everybody, go get your Flash tickets now." Tweeting that out about about going to go see this movie. You know what I mean? And to me, this is just to me, Ezra Miller is going to survive whatever the end of this movie is. I guarantee you he's going to be in the DCU. I guarantee you. So why can't Jonathan Majors stick with this whole entire thing until it gets rebooted totally? And then, hey, if you want to keep a Kane, you can go forward. If you want to do something else, you can go forward. That's the way I look at it. But what do you guys think? Should the MCU reboot after Secret Wars? Should Marvel Studios stick by Jonathan Majors this whole entire time if they thought that he was worth hitching their whole entire line to? Is he worth it? Well, worth sticking with? Let me know in the comment section below. You already know what I got to do.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
So I'm getting ready to go. I'm also, once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm also giving away $100 gift card. Let me, Dre that was trying to grow his beard. Let him tell you about it. What's up? This your man Dre Mac. Want a chance to win a little bit of my money?
Got my money?
Well, all you got to do is like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. You know why? Because I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers.
Baby needs shoes. My wife needs clothes.
Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, if you like, share, and subscribe to this channel, you will actually have a chance to win a $100 gift card.
Nothing.
Again, like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm giving away $100. Want a chance to win? All you got to do is do that, and I'll see you on the other side. Hopefully, you're the winner. All right, so it is time for me to get out of here. What? My bad. It is time for me to get out of here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much for dropping in and hanging with me. If you watch this on a replay, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Where's my outro at? I gotta get up out of here. If you came to this part of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you want to get a little bit more personal with me, make sure that you follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher.